Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be drawing some muscles. Yeah, going to be practicing anatomy. And we're going to be doing the upper chest. So, basically, I'm just going to draw a circle here. And then we're going to fill this with muscles. We're going to try to turn this into muscle structure. And put a neck muscles on there too. But this is all we're gonna do. And I'm gonna label the muscles and possibly, I don't know about this part, color them in with different colors. That's just possibly though, I don't know. Anyways, time to not procrastinate and get started. How are we gonna get started? Well, I could get a little bit more of a rough shape of the body in here than I have. Just for the sake of maybe a little bit easier down the road of drawing the muscles. Maybe it'll be a little easier. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Alright, there we go. There's where we should put the lower chest part. Maybe that's your abs. I have no idea. We'll learn the names of things after. Here's the center right here. Spread that all the way down. All the way down. And then for the shoulders, we're going to need to go like this. And for the names of these muscles, I'm going to just go ahead and say it right now. I'm probably going to butcher all of the names. I have no idea how to pronounce any of this stuff. I'm going to just do my best. We're just going to do our best and give things our own names. If we can't if we can't say what the name is, if I can't pronounce it, I'm just going to come up with something. Something I can pronounce and something I'll be able to remember. So right now, we are drawing the pectoral muscles. That's what it says. The pectoral major. Yeah. Alright. We're drawing these because once we're able to get this down, it'll be a little easier to connect the shoulder. Oh wait, but this connects to the arm. This is fine. We can actually draw this with the arm after. And we'll draw the lines in here showing that it's a muscle after. And grouping it up and shit. That's something we can do after. Because it'll be a little easier to do once we already have the muscles in place. Alright. I have drawn the muscles quite a long time ago. I've done it one other time. It was quite a long time ago. I think before I even started drawing on paper. It's that long ago. So it was over 337 days ago. Was the last time I tried drawing muscles. Well, the last recorded time. Because I know I made a video out of it. I've tried to draw muscles since then, but I'll typically start drawing muscles, because I want to learn anatomy, but then after a while I get bored of it and move on to something else. So I'm hoping that recording it is going to help me retain more of the information, because one, I keep forgetting what the hell I've even drawn, and two, if I record it, maybe I'll be more inclined to continue practicing said thing that I was practicing. Anyways, but it would be much easier to label everything after I'm done with the colors. But we're not going to do that. We're going to try to actually learn the things, so we're going to need to label them now once we're done with this one. Because if we want to actually learn it, I'm going to have to put it on there when I should. And this is, yet again, the pectoral major. Is that what it is? Yeah, the pectoral major. So, drawing that in there. It's looking kind of a little sloppy at the moment, but I mean, that's kind of fine. It doesn't need to be exactly perfect or anything. All right. So let's go ahead and name this. All right. I don't know how to spell this, so I'm literally just going to put pecs. No. Let's go ahead and spell it. Pector al major. Not me not knowing how to spell major. Sure. Why did I capitalize that J? No clue. But there's the pectoral major. Now we need to do the deltoids, which is the shoulders. I know the names of some of these muscles, not a lot of them. I should also bring this down because this should actually be at the point of the chest, or I should bring the chest up. I know the names of some of these muscles because I do go to the gym, so I do know the names of some muscles. But I don't know the names of most muscles. Most of the muscles, no clue what they're actually called. They're just like the muscles for me. Alright. Trying to build out the muscles now. I don't know if I'll clean this up. I might clean it up a little bit, but I also don't know if I want to, because I'm going to want to draw this multiple times. I'm going to want to draw muscles multiple times at multiple different angles. Obviously not in this video, but so I can retain the information. So I might not clean this one up. But I might color it. Alright. There's that. Not perfect, but not terrible, I don't think. How long did that take me? Probably way too long. It took me 7.5 minutes. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's go ahead and draw this part, the deltoid. I almost called it the pectoral again. Draw the deltoid. Draw the rough shape of it first before we go ahead and add detail to it, because you should try to do that first, really. I mean, it's pretty important to get the rough shape correct. Alright. You know, finding references for these fucking muscles was actually way harder than I would have thought it to be. I don't know why I couldn't find, references for the muscles that were, good references. I had to pull out a book. I'm actually looking at a book right now for the freaking anatomy. That's right. Learning anatomy made me do a terrible thing. Open a book. Ugh. Terrible things. The terrible things you do to gain knowledge, I know. So let's go ahead and I know that one's not detailed and it's in the wrong place. And neither is this side. But you know what? We're going to continue on to the neck. So we have our deltoid. Deltoid. That's probably spelled right. This one I was looking at it when I spelled it. That one I wasn't. Let's go ahead and add a line right here. Alright. Go ahead and go like that. Then this up here. Okay, that's probably fine. I don't know. There we go. Now for the traps, or the trapezius. Alright, now how does the trapezius actually work? I'm not entirely sure on how these muscles actually function. We're going to sharpen this pencil, which I definitely need to empty this pencil sharpener because it has the majority of this pencil in it. To the point where this pencil like doesn't get sharp anymore when I sharpen it because it's not sharpening. Oh no, I broke the lead. No. Shit. Alright, okay, we'll deal with that later. We're just going to use a mechanical pencil, so we don't have to deal with that. Is it going to be a little different now? Yeah. Is it going to be a little harder? Yes. Is that fine? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we're getting the traps in here, or the trapezius. But then there's also the... Alright, I'm going to do my best on pronouncing this here. Sternocleidomastoid. Huh. The neck muscle. I have no idea what that says. We're just going to call that one the neck muscle. Will I spell that one out? No, there is no way I will be able to remember that. Nor is that a simple fucking name to call a muscle. That's a terrible name. How am I going to remember something like that? That's a terrible ass name for a muscle. Terrible. Terrible. Alright, so we got the wait, no. It's got an E in it. Hold on. What? Huh? How'd you get off? Trap. E. Z. Shit, there's an I. If you can't tell, I failed a lot of spelling tests when I was younger. Trapezius. Never really got the hang of spelling tests before I stopped taking them. I don't even remember how I put this on there. I think it was just this, right? Yeah, I think so. I genuinely don't remember. It's not that important. Or maybe it was like that. No, it wasn't like that. Is it like this? You're already here. There's no point in trying to retain the attention. I don't know. I have no clue. We're going to go with yes. Alright, there's the trapezius. This we're going to call sterno. We're going to call this one sterno. Sterno. Because I'm not going to remember that name. That name is like this long. Not a fucking chance. We're calling it sterno. Because that is a rememberable name. Something I will be able to remember. I'll be able to remember sterno. And then I'll know this muscle as sterno. Especially since I named it myself. Alright, now let's try to mirror these muscles on each side. So we need to activate these muscles, turn those on right here. There we go. Alright. That's not perfect, but not terrible. We'll go ahead and add square bits right here too, kinda. They're like rounded square bits-ish. Alright. We'll worry about the inside bits after we get the outside rough shape done. Alright. So, there. And then there. What else now? Now we go like this. And get this up like that. And this like that. There we go. I think these muscles are a little more making sense than those ones, but that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm spending the majority of my time, honestly, just messing around, kind of. This is taking quite a long time, but also that's kind of good because I'm probably going to remember most of this stuff, actually. Because if I don't look at those, well, this isn't fair because I actually already know the names of all of these muscles. So I guess this isn't yet a fair like estimation or whatever of if I'm actually returning that or returning. What is it? What's the word? Retaining. If I'm actually retaining the information since I already knew these muscles' names. But whatever. Alright, this also isn't the most even thing in the entire world. But also, I don't care. It doesn't need to be. It just needs to be correct enough, honestly. Okay, I kind of didn't really leave much room for that muscle right there. Technically these, whoa, shit. Technically these shouldn't be closed off, the sterno muscles. I just did close them off. But you know what, we'll go ahead and open them up because they shouldn't be closed off. Because they don't end there, I just didn't draw them. Because I'm not drawing the head. Alright, how long did that take me? That took me 16 minutes. Okay, we'll go ahead and draw a little bit more. But I'm going to finish the whole thing. I'm just gonna have to cut to time lapse because of how long this is taking me. I should have pushed these more closer together. I think there's too big of a gaps, like right there and there. But yet again, we're just learning stuff, just trying stuff. We're learning. It's not gonna be right on our first try because I don't know what I'm doing, but that's fine. Alright, but this was good, but also it was kind of wrong, so it looked good, but it was just kind of wrong. Not too wrong, just kind of wrong. Alright. We're trying to draw the abs now. The abs. What type of abs? Muscle ones? I don't know. I don't know why I said what type of abs. Is there multiple types of abs that I don't know about? But apparently I did know about when I asked myself that? Who knows? Who knows? Not me. I don't. Maybe somebody who actually knows muscles. Okay, those look wrong. I'm gonna erase those. Also, if anyone here watching this actually knows like muscle structure or something like this, or knows how to draw and knows a better way to practice muscles than this, you should like comment that down below and like tell me, because that would be very appreciated. It'd be very appreciated because I have no idea what I'm doing when I practice anatomy, which is actually why I don't practice it a lot. I often just default back to, okay, time to draw hands. When I get stumped on anatomy or any aspect of art and or get bored of drawing one thing, it's okay, time to go back to drawing hands. Because I've drawn so many hands, I just enjoy drawing hands. So it's the thing I just go back to. But because doing that, I'm not learning as much as I could. So now doing these videos, I'm gonna try and do some more videos of me actually trying to learn anatomy too. Because I gotta learn anatomy. It's getting harder and harder to just squeeze by with very little anatomy knowledge in drawing. Also need to practice perspective a bit, but that's something that can wait. Can it really? No. Am I gonna make it wait? Absolutely. Should probably practice perspective first before you learn anatomy. But I'm gonna do both at the same time. Multitasking. Because I am a very good multitasker. I don't know. I have no idea what to say, and I'm just trying to fill the silence by saying random stuff while drawing abs. These abs don't look the most even. Also, I didn't say the actual name. These are abdominal muscles. But they're abs. You know what abs are. Everybody knows what abs are. Alright. Abdominal muscles. I don't know why. That sounds funny to me. Abdominal. Alright, so we're almost done drawing these. These aren't... I didn't do these ones entirely accurate, I don't think. Yeah, these aren't entirely accurate, but they're pretty close to accurate. I feel like as close as I'm currently going to get to accurate without, like, using a bunch of guidelines, which I used those. Trying not to use a bunch of guidelines because I am lazy and they take a long time. And that's the only reason I'm trying not to use a lot of guidelines right now. Alright. Is this still part of the abs? It's the same color, and there's no name on it, so I'm going to assume it's still part of the abs. So I'm going to do this part. I didn't know this was part of your abs. I didn't know that. I know that, or I'm pretty sure that you're born with however many abs you have, you're born with it. So if you have like an 8-pack or a 6-pack or whatever, you're born with that. You can't work out to get an 8-pack if you have a 6-pack. Could be wrong about that though. Because, like I'm pretty sure I said earlier, I have extremely little anatomy knowledge. But I think that's true. Sounds true. Sounds true enough. Doesn't make sense anyways that you would be able to grow an entirely new muscle just from like breaking the other ones. You can grow your muscles by breaking them, but an entirely new one doesn't make like logical sense, I don't think. Maybe you can and I'm just wrong. Look it up yourself. That's not my job. I just have to learn how to draw the thing and what its name is and how it functions. So I do have to learn that eventually, but not today. Not right now. I would Google it right now this second, but I'm not Googling right now, and by the time I'll have the ability to Google, I will have forgotten the question. And I don't rewatch these videos over, so... Alright, perfect. Is that perfect? No. Am I going to keep it? Yes. Are we going to name this now? Absolutely. What is this called again? Abdominal muscles. What the rectus abdominis? Rectus abdominis? We're calling this abs. Abs. We're calling it abs. Alright. The rest of the video is going to be a time lapse. You'll see me draw and name the muscles. I don't know. Bye. Alrighty. I finished it. So, as you can see, I gave some of them different names. We've got Sterno, which you saw in the video, and then we've got Sarah. I think it's called a serratus annotator or something like that. I don't know. We're going to call these muscles Sarah. Now, this isn't the most completely accurate, anatomically correct model. But I think it's pretty good. It's definitely a pretty good first try, I think. So, yeah. See you next time. Bye.